How many of you all heard of the term thug? Let me see. Who heard of the term thug? Never heard of it. Yeah, I can tell when I look at you, you never heard of it. Don't play with me. I'm ready for you this morning. But anyway, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Oh, I want to ask you two questions. How many of you all have seen thugs? A thug. I mean, come on, be real. I mean, just be honest. You're going to be honest. You've seen a thug. Okay, put your hands down. How many of you all have seen a retired thug? You know why I ain't seen no hands? Because thugs have two destinations. The penitentiary or the graveyard. You don't see no retired thugs. There is no such thing. Thugs end up with bullet holes or either grave holes. Now the question you need to ask yourself if you want to be a thug is how soon do you want to die? And why are you even here? Is it worth it to be a thug? Do you want to see your children grow up? Would you like to be here so that eventually when God gives you your fortune or give you a great quality of life, wouldn't you like to be here to say that I made it? Well, to be a thug is not the answer. Because thugs end up graveyard or locked up. And I don't want to be either one. With that being said, the whole concept of thug life is crazy. What you see on these videos coming from America and out of Jamaica and all of that stuff, trust me when I tell you, it's all for promotion. It is not reality of any quality of life. These people are doing this to sell music. Now, if you want to do it to sell music, I'm with you. But don't, after you record your music and after you leave the studio, you need to put on a professional look and act like you love yourself. Because if you don't, you are preparing yourself for failure. Anybody know what ethics is? Ethics is your own personal, sir, you want to tell us? Okay. Ethics is your own personal standards. In other words, you got to have some standards, some stuff that you stand for. And if you don't have any personal standards, then you are preparing to fail. You know why most people fail? Who can tell me why most people fail? Sir?
Have no standards.
Have no standards. Most people fail because they fail to plan. Most people fail because they fail to plan. You got to have a plan in order to be successful. You got to have a plan. You don't just walk down the street and run into $1 million and now you're successful. Even if you ran into $1 million and you don't know how to use $1 million, you won't have it long. The laws in the universe are designed to take what you have. The only way you will be able to keep it or make it grow is to have a plan. No plan, no future. How many of you all got a plan? Let me see the hands of y'all got a plan. Okay, put your hands down. For those who didn't raise your hand, it's okay. Make you a plan. You ain't got to tell your parents what your plan is. You don't have to tell your partner what your plan is. But you need to have a plan. And it needs to be in your heart. And then you need to write it down. Writing it down is very important. Can anybody tell me why writing down your plan is important? I'll take any answer you have. Why is it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Why is writing your plan important?
Well, to remember it, not to, I'm just saying that it's not.
To remember it. Because as you live and as you move through life, you're going to encounter girls. You already done encountered, haven't you? You're going to encounter money. You're going to encounter opportunity. You're going to encounter violence. And if you allow one of those to occupy all of your time, then your plan has gone out the window. So you need to have a plan so that you will know where it is you're going. So in order to be successful, you must have a plan. All right? And even if you don't accomplish your plan, at least you will have some consistent approach to life. All right? Now, let me ask you this, because I'm not going to be before you long, because I really want to open up the floor to find out who I'm talking to. I can stand here and talk all day, and I know some of you all are ready to go and do whatever it is that you set out to do this morning. I'm with you 100%. I did not come to Belize to talk to you. Y'all don't get it. I didn't get on no plane to come over here and talk to you. I didn't even know I was going to even meet you. But since I did, I'm taking the opportunity, because I love each and every one of you. I see greatness in this room. I do. I see greatness in you. I don't care what you think about yourself. I see greatness in this room. I do. The question is do you believe it? Because I do. And if I didn't believe it, I would not have brought my son here. I'm standing in this room among the next prime minister of Belize, the next representative of Belize, the next soccer player of Belize, the next baseball player of Belize, the next track star, the first Olympic track star of Belize, right in this room. The next banker, the next teacher, definitely fathers, right in this room. Pastors, there's some pastors in this room. Oh yeah, you know who the pastor is going to be in this room? The worst brother in this room. Whoever claimed to be the hardest dude in this room is going to end up being the greatest pastor in Belize, right here in this room. And I hope you don't believe that. But in 10, 15 years, you're going to say, that little ugly man from the United States told me that he was going to be a pastor. I'm telling you. But you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. You cannot even understand what your possibilities and capabilities are. So now, before we go any farther, let me just say one or two more things and I want to open it up. What makes you angry? Well, let's deal with anger. What's anger? Anger is an emotional expression of a physical or an emotional assault. That creates anger. In other words, if somebody says something about you that you don't like, they've assaulted you, and it causes you to rise up in anger. Or if somebody physically assaults you, it makes you angry. Am I right about it? Anybody disagree with anger? Okay, let me ask this. What is wealth? What is wealth?
Rich.
Hold on here. He said rich. Okay? Anybody else got opinion about wealth? Wealth. Rich, is that what you say? Okay. Let me ask another question. What is rich? Yes. He said when you have lots of money. Now let me tell you, there is a difference between rich and wealth. Rich, if you go out here and you get a contract to play ball and they give you $1 million contract, you rich. Or if you go out here and go to that casino up there that I walked through this morning, Princess Casino, and if you play that slot machine, you could win $100,000 and you rich. But if you Keep your $100,000 and buy you a house and a car and some nice clothes and some bad, some bad wheels on your car. You ain't rich no more. See, you can spend riches, but you can't spend wealth. See, wealth is something that you cannot ever spend. Wealth is when you have it in your heart, when you have a frame of mind. Anybody can be rich. I saw a young man, I'm sitting here looking at him right now, he looks rich to me. He got some ear things on his head, he got a bad cap on, he's got some Legos on, I'm trying to tell you. And he's got a PlayStation, what's that? Which one is that you got? Which one is that you got? The game, PSP. He's got a PSP. Basically, he look rich. Walking down the street, he look rich. Let rain come and a hurricane blow and the PSP get wet.
He ain't rich no more.
He ain't rich no more. Okay? But I'm not messing with him. I'm not messing with you. But I'm just using that to say that just because you have things don't make you wealthy. And it don't mean you're going to always have them. Okay? So what you need to do is you need to start thinking like you're wealthy. Everybody in here is wealthy. We're all rich for a moment. When you get your tax return, when you go to work, or when you get paid on Friday, basically you rich for that moment, right? Yeah. Maybe you walking in, baby, you walking. You got your money in your pocket, right? So, but wealth, everybody in here can be wealthy. I'm looking at millionaires, billionaires. But you must learn where you came from. And you must reach back and teach people. Don't play with education. Listen to me well on this one. If you're not good at math, get with somebody else who is. I read a book once by Napoleon Hill. It's called Think and Grow Rich. What you see in front of your face, if that's what you put your value on, then you're missing what's behind the curtain. So the moral to this is, just because somebody offer you a lot of money ain't necessarily the best deal. You want to look deeper into it. And you need to learn to look beyond somebody saying, hey man, if you do this, man, you'll make $10. Yeah, you make $10. You ain't got no money in your pocket. But what kind of consequences is it going to net you? Are you going to get killed? Are you going to go to jail? Is somebody going to beat you up? Are they going to ruin your reputation? And so you all have the propensity to make those kinds of decisions. Surround yourself with people who have qualities that you don't. Don't surround yourself with people who have the same abilities that you do. Hook up with people. If you're not good in math in school, one of your friends needs to be somebody who's good in math. If you're not good in reading, you need to hook up with some of them square, big glass, thick people in your class, and they need to be your friend. Because when you need something, ain't no point in you sitting there looking like you don't know how to get it done. You need to surround yourself. You need to have a circle of friends. You need to have friends that will tell you when you're wrong. Even though they're your friend, they'll look at you and say, Calvin, that was wrong. You need to have friends with you who will pray for you, who will say, man, look, you go on and do what you got to do, but I'm going to pray for you. You need to have friends who will tell you about your natural behind. Say, man, you pretty good athlete, but you ain't as good as somebody else. Surround yourself with the right people. Don't take life for granted.